Well, let's remember, wasn't it just last week Stephen A was on air bragging about the people he stood up for to get paid and how many, Cam I did for Shannon Sharp and I did it for this person and that person. And when I look at the abrupt, I'm not coming into work tomorrow.
Molly Qerim just dropped a bombshell on Instagram, and the whole ESPN universe froze. On September 16th, she claimed that Stephen A. Smith, her longtime First Take co-host and fiery on-air rival, framed her behind closed doors. That one post sent the network into total chaos. Within minutes, phones were ringing, Slack channels blew up, and executives were scrambling to rewrite the story before it spiraled out of control.
Last night, she abruptly resigned as the host of the show. And to say that I'm quite sad about it is an understatement.
Emergency meetings popped off at ESPN HQ as panicked managers fielded calls from furious sponsors. One major sports drink brand and another fantasy sports company reportedly demanded answers. Who let Molly walk out like that? The tension was explosive. By the next morning, everything moved at lightning speed.
A lot of times, some of these things happen, and it's just uncomfortable to see. The details, quite frankly, are none of y'all business. But it's not as if I know all the details. It was a contract negotiation that was going on. ESPN certainly did not want to lose her. But in the end,
Molly's contract was abruptly terminated. Her desk cleared out and her ID deactivated like she never existed. But this time, something was off. The man known for loud confidence looked tight-lipped, stiff, and cornered. His usual swagger was gone, replaced with a cold stare and a script that felt more like a damage control statement than a sports debate.
She was quitting right now. Both ESPN and Molly Qerim, they are trying to polish the They're trying to make this look like an amicable divorce. And look, maybe that's true. Maybe they couldn't come to an agreement and they agreed to amicably part ways.
Top execs pushed out a polished PR statement claiming Molly Qerim simply left after renewal talks fell through. The line came straight from Burke Magnus, ESPN's president of content, who told The Athletic there was no controversy here, no shoe about to drop. Yeah, right. The calm tone only made the whispers louder.
Molly is a friend. Molly is a co-worker. Molly is somebody that I have leaned on many occasions in the past, as she has done when it comes to me. We've been partners on the show.
Behind closed doors, staff were freaking out, producers were swapping DMs, insiders were gossiping in the hallways, and the story going around didn't match the official script. Multiple employees claimed Molly was pulled from meetings without warning, and her show graphics were wiped before her Instagram post even had time to dry. Something didn't add up, and everyone knew it. ESPN even sent out internal emails warning staff not to discuss or speculate publicly, which only made things look way more suspicious. Why silence everyone if there's nothing to hide?
The other thing I thought, Steve, was when you pay Stephen A. Smith $20 million, whoever his co-host is, they're going to want an exorbitant amount of money. And so she may have been making $2.5, $3 million as the host. Well, when Stephen A. is sitting there making 20, well, maybe now she wants to make 10.
Stephen A. Smith's next First Take appearance. He went on air, smiling through the tension, calling Molly classy and professional, but didn't say a single word about why she vanished so suddenly. No goodbye, no explanation, nothing. And now, ESPN's already knee-deep in a 30 to 45-day hunt for her replacement, with 3 big names secretly being tossed around on internal calls.
With Molly Qerim, she, yesterday when we talked, we knew that she was leaving, but we didn't know she was leaving, immediately. Yeah, which is an indication that, man, this thing's a bit more complicated than just they couldn't settle on the money. It just seems more seriously. She's off the show.
The real sting in Molly Qerim's accusation goes way deeper than just a messy contract dispute. She's saying Stephen A. Smith straight up set her up. According to her, he was privately trashing her work to executives while keeping up that fake on-air, we're cool act. That's cold. And then came the receipts.
When I heard that it was immediate, I was like, oh, she must already have a job lined up. Mm-hmm. And the job that she has lined up must be some sort of competitor to ESPN. And so that made me, is she going to Fox Sports?
Screenshots and staff chat logs from just days before her exit surfaced online, showing that Stephen A. had been meeting alone with producers, allegedly plotting changes behind Molly's back. One insider leaked that after their heated on-air argument, Stephen A. demanded an entire segment, one that Molly had led, be deleted from replay rotation.
Jason, I actually watched that whole video clip of Stephen A. Smith. I just thought it was fun. It ain't none of y'all business. It was a contract negotiation. Well, that was about the money. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks for cluing it. It's always about the money, though. It's like in boxing. Why didn't this fight happen? Easy, there wasn't a...
Two production team members even claimed Stephen wanted her out of the picture to make room for his own bigger role and an eye-popping $100 million contract that was mysteriously fast-tracked just hours after Molly's exit. The timing? Too suspicious to ignore. The company immediately went into denial mode. No link, no tie, no connection. But Stephen himself? He couldn't keep his story straight. Live on air, he nervously told viewers, "It's not as if I know all the details." And then, seconds later, started spitting out contract timelines and insider details only top execs could possibly know. Who approved this and why?
Times when you have someone abruptly quit a job, they're not leaving on the best terms. Normally, it's polite to give your employer some kind of notice.
By September 17th, a former ESPN road manager stepped forward claiming that Molly Qerim was secretly offered a fat payout, but only if she signed an NDA and kept her mouth shut. That's not a rumor you just brush off. Neither Molly nor her agent has spoken publicly about the hush money claim, but the internet went wild after she ended her Instagram post with one chilling line. That alone had everyone thinking. And the timing? Just hours after ESPN dropped their Nothing to See Here press release. That can't be coincidence.
She goes to FS1 or launches her own show on YouTube. I wish Molly Qerim nothing but the best. I don't want to see her fail, but at the same time, I don't see a path to success.
Now, 3 top sports law attorneys who reviewed the timeline say Molly could be gearing up to sue both Stephen A. and ESPN for hostile work environment and wrongful termination. Until the lawsuits hit, sources from 2 major digital outlets even claim they've seen early drafts of her potential complaint, though nothing official has been filed yet. Still, the tension in Bristol headquarters is off the charts. Even senior PR staff were caught off guard when network partners started sending aggressive inquiries, demanding to know if ESPN was sitting on another brewing reputation disaster. While chaos exploded inside ESPN, Stephen A. Smith tried to clean up his image, flooding his radio show with emotional tributes to Molly Qerim. He talked about her like they were family. "Molly is a friend, Molly is a coworker, we've been partners for 10 years, he said. But instead of sympathy, people heard damage control. Now it's your turn. What do you think is really going on behind the scenes? Drop your wildest theories and spiciest predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to keep the truth spreading, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp, because in this business, silence is never the end.